Ipswich Buses, your local bus company serving your football team. Buses run every 10 minutes. Avoid the traffic. Don't get stuck in the delay. Get Ipswich Buses today. A single £1.20, a return only £2. Find out more information at www.ipswichbuses.co.uk. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talking Town. Again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your Ipswich Buses Matchday ticket for the Papa John Stuffed Crust Carabao Cup. No, Papa John Stuffed Crust EFL competition. This is a winner-take-all game of Ipswich Town versus Colchester United. The Town team is along the screen, which we will get into in just a second. Before we do, welcome. Don't forget, this show is partnered with Ipswich Buses. Go contactless on all bus routes now around Ipswich with Ipswich Buses. Mr. Ipswich Town, thank you for your £5 donation, my friend. Great to see the lads back up on the road. Let's see if Chambers will get the reception he deserves. If you would like to follow Mr. Ipswich Town's wonderful, wonderful lead, you can do so via YouTube Super Chat, as he has done there, or via our Ko-Fi. Buy me a coffee. Buy the platform of coffee, whatever you want to do. Links in the chat for that. You can support us that way. Right, we've got Colin Plum in the chat as well. Good evening, everyone. Not feeling too good. Colin, I hope you feel better soon. Simon's in the room. Welcome in, Simon. Welcome in, Barry. Neil's welcome in. We've got Mike the Fishman. Where proper fans can't always do either. Barry's an honorary North stander tonight. Looking forward to it. Well done, Barry. If you want to get involved while at the stadium, then please do. Links available, particularly for after the game. Neil's purchased my first iFollow game tonight. Evening, Sarah. I hope you're doing much better tonight. Look after yourself. Lewis, I guess it's Harper and Fraser in the middle. Yes, we'll get into that in a second. I've been trying to pick that one apart as well. Infamous Ricky G says some of the fans' foreign questions come on. I don't know. I thought they were all rather good. Yeah, that is good. It's a good talking point, though, because obviously some people, found some of the questions to be a bit pedantic, maybe. I don't know. Kieran Gritzy, Louis Barry playing tonight. Yes, don't forget our prediction league is also up and running. Record entry only a couple of weeks ago. So keep that up if you want to be in with a chance of winning some spot prizes from time to time. And also, just a prize at the end of the season. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be yet, so keep your eyes and ears peeled. Right, let's get into it, you miracles, you wonderful people. Let's start by bringing in the man that is famous for his shirts, because they are always retro. They are always rather nice. He is the one, the only Aficionado. Mr. Thompson, welcome in. Look at that shirt. That is an Alan Mahan beauty. That's the first player I think of. When I see that shirt, I think of Alan Mahan bending the ball in with his left. Someone tucking it away at the back stick. Who's it remind you of?
For me, I think it's going to be Pablo. For me.
Ole, 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 ole.
I remember I got this shirt at the first ever visit to Portman Road with my dad. And it's always been one of my favourites. Yeah, I love it.
It's a beautiful shirt. The King says Steve doesn't buy ITFC shirts unless they're at least 10 years old.
Yes, about right.
Graham Guller, hello, my friends, listening from Northamptonshire. Welcome in, Graham. Infamous Ricky G's on the old iFollow, stuck in Cambridge. And Stephen says, come on, Town, hope 3-0 win. Let's jump back a minute, Steve, to Mr. Ipswich Town's comment here. Let's see if Chambers gets the reception he deserves. Luke Chambers does start for Colchester United. You're a fan that's grown up with him as your captain. What sort of reception do you want Luke Chambers to get this season?
It would be nice for him to get a warm reception. I mean, I want that to just be it. I mean, don't go easy on him. If we can absolutely destroy Colchester tonight, it'd be great. But it'd be nice to see him get a positive reception because he was there for a long time. I know obviously he wasn't probably the best captain we've had, and he does divide opinion quite a lot. But yeah, I think it'd be nice just to see a sort of nice warm, a couple of rounds of applause would be quite nice.
You've put that a bit mildly. I like it.
I have to remain,
Yeah. So do you want him to get a nice big round of applause, and then maybe on the 4th minute, the number of his shirt, get a nice round of applause? Duncan Farrow, bring in the goods, bring in the heat. I love it, Duncan.
Nice.
Thank you ever so much. £20. Boom. Look at that. Follow the man's lead. Get those super chats rolling in. Also, all Ko-Fi supports. Callie says, careful now. This Col U team beat the mighty Sudbury with ease. It certainly did. Stephen, before we bring in Mr. Positivity, let's keep the positivity high. I want to ask you about our prediction league this week. We've got Stevenage versus Colchester. How do you think that one would go? What would be your tip for the guys and girls playing the prediction league week 15? What would be the tip this week?
I would go for a 1-0 Stevenage.
A 1-0 1-0 Stevenage, which makes tonight even more interesting. Right. Let's get onto it. Let's bring in I thought you might go for a Col U win. I thought you might support the team that's only 15 minutes down the road. I thought you'd be the positive one and this one be the negative. But maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. But here he is. It's Mr. Positivity.
Wake up to the wake up to the money, turn me right on. You look like you got dressed with no lights on. A Superman that spin like a cyclone. Fit check spin like a cyclone. Wake up to the money, turn me right on.
Yeah, but we're crap. We're not going to dominate any team.
There he is, sports fans. Welcome in, Mr. Miles. How you doing?
Yeah, not too shabby.
Good. I tell you what, our mate was on Sky Sports News this afternoon, Mr. Paul Lambert, talking about the Norwich job. Seeing that little video clip at the end there made me think of him. Too much water on the bridge, surely, for Lambert to ever think about being Norwich manager again, isn't it?
Well, yeah, better times there than he did here.
Well, yeah, 2 promotions as opposed to a relegation. Welcome back to another Matchday ticket, Neil. You're not. Are you a Papa John's Trophy fan? Is that fair to say, or are you somebody who thinks this is a competition we should?
Are they planning on giving out free pizzas?
Someone said to me, a town win, there's free pizzas knocking about. Like, there is a Papa John's in Ipswich, so we need to get this sort of now down early doors, because if they are giving away free pizzas, put my name on one. Yeah, I will travel. Free pizza will travel. Neil, we've got 73 people watching us. If these wonderful people would like a halftime show, we want to reach a like target before we close at 7:45. What do you want that like target to be? What do you think the people should do to get you back in that chair for halftime? What's the target going to be, my man?
How about 80?
80. There you go. You've heard the man. We need 80 likes by 7:45 for us to be back at halftime. If not, I'll be sat playing Football Manager while listening to Brenner Woolley at half-time. Let's get stuck in now to a few more comments before we get to the team. We've got Chris McBain with this team. We should win by 2 goals against the U's. Come on, you Blues. Neil Perch, good to see KBY playing tonight, and Fraser Barr. And Colin says Wembley Stadium awaits possibly at the Papa John's trophy. That is true. So the team tonight is Hladky in goal. Vincent Young at right back, I believe. Wolfenden with Burgess at the 2 centre-halves. And Miles Kenlock, a rare Miles Kenlock appearance at left back. In midfield, I think it's going to be Raheem Harper and Scott Fraser as the 2, with Aluko, Chaplin and Barry ahead of them, and Joe Pigott up the top. First thing that sticks out to me there, Steve, is Louis Barry. A sighting for Louis Barry, the first Englishman to play in Barcelona's youth team, I believe. Lots of big things spoken about when he arrived. Lots of nothing, really. Not many sightings, to be fair to the poor boy.
Yeah, there was a bit of a fanfare, wasn't there, when he came here? Obviously, the tie with Barcelona and all that sort of thing, and he's gone very much under the radar. So it's nice to see him not only back in the squad. It's nice to see him actually starting as well. And this could be a real opportunity for him.
What do you want to see out of him tonight, Steve? If you could paint the perfect game for him, so at 90 minutes when we sit in, we do our team ratings and we have our fans react show, which goes live, by the way, the moment the full-time whistle hits. And if it's a penalty shootout, we might do a watch-along, which would be quite fun. But at 90 minutes, what do you want? What if you could paint it for him? What do you want the perfect game to be?
I think the perfect game for him really has got to be a goal, isn't it? But I'll be happy with some nice runs from him. Just I haven't seen enough of him really to know what to expect. So I'm quite intrigued by him really. So yeah, just some consistency. Keep the ball, make a few runs, some crosses. Who knows?
Okay, all right. A few runs, a few crosses, maybe a goal. Neil, is that the baseline, or do you want a little bit more, or do you want to paint a bit more of a picture for us of what you want from Louis Barry, the youngster from Villa?
I'm still waiting to see Lionel Messi.
Well, it's almost what was like billed as, you know. He has come with a big reputation though, Neil, and obviously we've not seen him. Now, to force your way in, you've got to get your elbows out, and to do that, you need a baseline figure. So for me, I want an assist, possibly a goal, looking dangerous every time he has the ball. That's what he needs to do tonight against what is a Colchester United team of mixed of youngsters with second teamers and first teamers. And last year's, you know, I'll cast off if you like. Is that the very least you want from Louis Barry, Neil?
Very much. Thing is, if he puts in a good performance in this match, it means he might be able to get more game time in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Or the very least forces him onto a bench that could then in turn get him off the bench with longer than 2 minutes to play and onto a field. Particularly tonight, if he's on the left, I think he might go up. I don't know who the right back is. It could be Chambers. It could be somebody else. But even if it isn't Chambers at right back, he will be at right centre back. So that's a side where if he's playing left, I want to see him really getting at Luke Chambers, getting the ball. In fact, whoever's playing,
the man who's scared of Cameron Stewart.
The man. Well, yes, the rumor. There's a rumor, and it's just a rumor. I stress that Luke Chambers wakes up in cold sweats thinking of Ellen Road and Cameron Stewart. Still, that's the rumor.
Brilliant.
But it was a night that Cameron Stewart shouldn't forget, Steve, because it was a night that he came to the fore. In fact, I think it's one of the nights that he had to move to Portman Road at the back of that one.
Cameron Stewart. I've actually got an Ipswich Town shirt with his name on the back. It was they had the kit room clear out they had a couple of years ago. I got the shirt then, about 20, 25 quid. It's a small, so it will not fit me, but yeah, it's quite nice.
Callie says, to be fair, Neil, he has channeled his inner Messi. Messi and Barry both have 0 league goals this season. Wow, November and Messi's first league goal. Absolutely. This is not a league, so even if he scores, he's still going to be equally Messi in one particular category. Neil, looking further back, Raheem Harper, Scott Fraser, your midfield two. That is something I classically do on Football Manager 2022. They both play like dynamite. As a Harper's a box-to-box, Fraser's a playmaker. I'm liking it based on that. How do you think about it? What do you think about Scott Fraser and Harper as your midfield two, the base of the two?
It's the sort of thing I would do as well, but it normally ends up in disaster.
Well, can it? I mean, this is it. It's obviously a tough gig for both of them. They're not. I mean, they've talked about
who's the one getting stuck in.
Well, that's what's the tough gig about it, isn't it? Really, you're not going to get many, if any, crunch and tackles from these two, are you, Neil?
No.
So, what do you want to see from these two? What, as a combination, as a pair, as individuals, what you're looking to see from them both tonight?
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they can actually cover the space that's going to be quite a large area in the middle there, and just do what they can defensively, even if it's just covering spaces and letting other people put in the tackles. But majority of their game will be when they've got the ball, when they're in possession, and then movement.
Do you really think they're going to need to do a lot of defensive work tonight? Maybe that's the thinking from Cookie and co. That playing Colchester. No disrespect, I'll run through their team right now, but Jake Turner, Luke Chambers, Luke Hannon, Frank Newell, Freddie Sears, Noah Chilvers, Tom Eastman, Gene Kennedy, Tashmidu, Charlie Daniels. Like, are you going to need to do a lot of defensive work?
I remember a pre-season friendly when we absolutely smashed them, but they done a whole bunch of subs, and for that last, I don't know, 20 minutes, all half of them unknown players to me actually gave us a really good game. So I don't really think you can just straight off the bat say it's just Colchester, this is going to be a walkover, because it isn't. We're going to have to play our part in it.
We are going to have to play our part in it. I would have liked to have seen Scott Fraser behind the striker, Steve. He's been bought there, or bought having played there for the last 2 seasons for MK Dons, billed as the best number 10 in League One. But again, even tonight, he can't get a game in the position that got him the move. I would have loved to have seen him there. How about yourself?
Yeah, it would have been good because as a number 10, he is awesome. So, yeah, it would have been very good. I'm sure he can still do good things from where he's going to be, but it would be nice to see a player play in the position they should actually be playing in once in a while. It's just number 10s, it always seems to be the number 10.
It does.
Who's in the number 10 tonight?
It'll be Connor Chaplin, I believe, with Barry and Aluko as your 2 wingers. No, that's not a bad thing in the sense of Connor Chaplin can't play there, is it, Steve? It's just we've seen Chaplin there. We know Chaplin can bring us something, can offer something on a 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon in a league game. I've never seen Scott Fraser there to really say, yeah, he's definitely behind Chaplin and co, or he's definitely better than Chaplin and co, because we've never seen it.
No, that's the good thing with the squad this year. You're playing one person out of position, but who's in that position is still incredible. Obviously, yeah, you've got Connor Chaplin on the bench. You've got someone like Selena as well who can still come on. So luckily, you take a player out of position. We have got so many more people who can fill that position really well. And he'll still do a very good job wherever he'll be.
I'd say earlier on in the season, Chaplin wasn't really quite up to it. And Fraser was a man that you wouldn't ever consider dropping.
There we go. It's flipped since then. Chaplin has looked really good the last couple of weeks, particularly in the number 10 role. Got a great goal at home to Fleetwood. But then Fraser also got a really good goal in that, what I would call traditional number 10 area of the football field, Neil, against opening day against Morecambe. So are you a bit, I wouldn't say disturbed, but are you a bit questioning why we haven't seen Fraser in his natural number 10 role at any point yet?
A little bit, because as you mentioned that he was played out left, in which for most of the game, I'm sorry, but he's not a left midfielder, not even slightly. It's not until he creeps inside in that final third and he's in and around the box that he actually looks like he's, half decent player. Get him near that touchline and, well, he doesn't really do a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. He lacks that pace as well, to be fair to him, Neil, doesn't he, have a winger? He's not going to be... Yeah. If you're a fullback, you're going to show him down the touchline and say, beat me. Because, well, we joked earlier about Luke Chambers, Cameron Stewart. Even Luke Chambers wouldn't have an issue saying, there's the touchline. If you can beat me, beat me. Because he hasn't got any pace. No. So as a winger, he's very one-dimensional. Easy to play against, I think, is probably the better word. Infamous Ricky GM, we're starting to see Pigs and Barry are dodgy estate agents from the start. Chris Boyd, Bond having an off night, not on the bench. When we inevitably concede, it's up to someone else to get us out of trouble. Good evening, John from Ipswich. Welcome in. Good evening, Chris Boyd again. Be strong, Connie, look after yourself. Liaz and Fraser being moved around because he is good enough to do so. It's an interesting thing, that, Steve. Is he good enough to do so?
Yeah, I think he is. Again, that's another good thing with this squad. It's very versatile, So if you have to take someone out of their preferred role, you've got someone to fill the original number 10 role really well. But yeah, he'll be versatile enough. He can play most places you ask him, I suppose. Yeah, we've got a nice versatile squad this year. Something we haven't had the luxury of in the past few seasons. So
yeah,
it's much better.
We do know that the thing is, we do know somebody new will be playing the number 10 role come Saturday at 3 p.m. because Burr St. Selena is away with international duty. We know what Chaplin can perform like that. I just would have loved to have seen. Yes, you can say it's against Colchester, it's weaker opposition, blah blah blah. I just would have liked to have seen what maybe Scott Fraser could offer us from that position, and put him in the competition for Saturday, because that's the position that many said he was the best in League One at. So it's
Is Fraser shipped around a little more because when we saw Chaplin out left, he really wasn't anything at all?
Possibly. Possibly. Good point. Maybe it's just because Chaplin's had opportunities to play there with Fraser being out injured, and I can't tell you. It's actually possibly.
Thing is, that was in the early on stage where Chaplin was still seeming to get up to speed. He seems to be improved since then.
And you did get the feeling he has been bought as a number 10 from the bat. He came straight in and played that position as a sub. He came straight on and straight in the centre. He's rarely been moved as often as Scotty Fraser has. So we've got Chris Boyd. The squad's versatile. The manager isn't. Infamous Greggy G. Fraser has the best tight control in the squad, in my opinion. Some of the takers away at Cheltenham was impressive. Pity about how the result transpired. Lee Baelish. Yeah, Fraser's definitely good enough. This side is still good enough. Glad Barry and Piggott are playing. Neil Perks. This team more than good enough to progress tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Look at the side.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely more than it should be, more than enough to progress. And this should be, it's almost a good enough squad, you feel, Steve, that if that rolled out at 3 p.m. on Saturday against any side in League One, it's still probably better than what we had last year.
Oh, definitely. It's not our strongest side, is it, this year? When you can consider you got people, obviously like Macaulay Bond, for example. But yeah, if that was a League One side, I'll be happy with that. And I'll be thinking, this can take on anyone in League One. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not 100% sure on that, because a few seasons we've had trouble at left back, and you never quite know which Kenlock you're getting. If you're getting the Kenlock that isn't in the right positions or just makes mistakes, then he'll potentially be our weakest player.
Yeah, we've seen many different Kenlocks, haven't we, over the seasons? It's always a roll of the dice. We have,
but you don't get relegated or promoted based on the left back. That's what I say. I remember too many opportunities last year where I felt, would have been 3 points out there today if we had somebody better at left back. I just feel it's one of those positions that you had to be competent 6 out of 10 more times than not. But that's my opinion on it in modern football. But it could be wrong. It probably is. My opinions tend to normally be wrong. Joe Piggott up. Well, they do. Joe Piggott up the top. Neil, you can talk about it on Saturday. I felt sorry for him. Didn't get any minutes at home in the first round. I forgot against Oldham. Big night for him tonight. What if we're talking about Barry as a baseline? What 90 minutes do you want the baseline stat sheet to read for Joe Piggott?
Well, to be honest, if he really wants to push and make a name for himself, he needs to get anything that you'd expect from Bon.
And what would you expect from Bon? So what's the ideal stat sheet look like for you tonight in 90 minutes? What do you want to see on it?
Well, I know Piggott normally comes deep and tries to get involved in the game, but Bon quite a lot of the time tends to not do so and be more of that poacher or play on the last shoulder, or just, he influences the game more in and around the box or in the final third than anywhere else. So even if we get that from him today, he needs to put the ball in the goal and start making strides to really force himself in.
Yeah, you want, Steve, at the end of this game for Piggott to have made a good account of himself, but equally be very close to you feel to breathing down Macaulay Bond's neck and saying, don't get too comfortable in that shirt, don't get too comfortable in that position, because I'm here. Yeah, I'm waiting. So what does it look like for you?
Yeah.
Bon has had such a great start to the season, so it's going to take a fair bit, I think, to dislodge him. But this is the perfect opportunity again for Piggott. If he can get a goal or two, I'd love to see him get a couple tonight, just to prove that, to show what he can do, and give Cook a bit of a headache with selections again. The good thing is, obviously, if Bon, hopefully he doesn't, but if anything is to happen to Bon, we've still got someone like Piggott who can still put the balls in the goal. So
I'd say that is the only negative we've got, is the fact that no one's really pushing Bon. If, as you've mentioned, if something happened to him, I don't really know who we could really rely on.
No, that's it. With Bon, you get the feeling like, he's going to score our goals for us. And we've got, we've seen you've got defenders scoring goals, you've got the midfield scoring goals as well, but there's no one else that really sticks in my mind that you think, he'll be a goal scorer. He'll take over from Bon if the worst is to happen, if he does get injured or anything. So we need Piggott to get a couple, get his confidence up and prove that he can take over. Yeah,
and he absolutely should be tonight. You know, Colchester United, it's about making opportunities for yourself, or getting into the position to convert the opportunities. And when you get that presented with it, convert it. The bench, for those that perhaps haven't seen it or don't realise, you've got Holy as your backup goalkeeper. And you've got Bailey Clements, Matt Stannard's favourite left back at the football club, Bailey Clements. Then we've got Donatian, Evans, Burns, Selena, and Caden Jackson. No James Norwood. Surprised at that one, Neil?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
What is going on there? What is going on there?
Nice and short. We like it. We like it. All right. Bold prediction time is round up the first part of the show. Don't forget, live the moment the full-time whistle goes for fans react. Whatever your opinion, be it looking at Oxford, looking back at Oldham, looking at Barrow in the second round, if we should get there, discussing this competition, discussing tonight's game, whatever your opinion on your football club, the Q&A last night, whatever it is, get involved and have your say. So, Neil, bold prediction time, please. Mr. Mike D says 7-0. What do you say?
4-1.
4-1. Which town old boy is getting the goal for Colchester? Because you know one's going to score.
I don't know. It could be a Chambers from a corner.
Chambers from a corner. All right. Steve, bold prediction, please.
I'm going to go 4-0 Town.
4-0 Town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 4-0 Town. So in that case, that'd be a clean sheet. So no ex-Town players will score tonight. We've got 2-1 from Lee Anderson. We've got 3-0 from Lee Bayliss. 5-1 from Bluffer Boy. We've got 3-1 from Chris Boyd. 3-1 from Sears. 3-1 and Sears, he says. 3-1 Town. Mike D. Chambers definitely with an OG. Alex Steele. 3-1 Town header for them. I'm going to say 5-1. They're going to score first. Freddie Sears, back post. We're going to go, oh no, here we go. Twitter will be a lie. And then we're just going to click into gear. Bang. Barry, Piggott, Harper, and Fraser, all with goals tonight. That's us done. Back at full time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to support us on Ko-Fi or through YouTube Twitter chats, but with love, with care. He is the Aficionado. He is Mr. Posivity. I'm the Gov. This is Talking Town FCA finalist, and we're going to see you after Town progress. Be positive in the Papa John's Trophy.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better without what's been holding us back now.